All right, Tanya, let's do the trending report. What do you have?
Okay. So I brought up that question earlier because I think we can all agree that Justin
What's
Bieber.
that question?
Well, actually, it was more of a statement, but that objects on the gram are not as glamorous as they seem.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
So I say that because I think if you follow Justin Bieber and Hailey Baldwin, they're always just gushing about their love for each other. Especially Justin is always posting really cute photos of Hailey and just kind of saying how much he loves her and all of these things publicly, which I love because I love PDA. So I think it's really cute. But Justin was on the cover of GQ's May issue, and he said that his first year of marriage was really tough. And I found that headline to be really shocking because you see all these photos and you're just like, wow, they're doing great. They've been having a great marriage, great life, la la la. And he says it was really tough because there was a lot going back to the trauma. There was just a lack of trust. There was all these things that you don't want to admit to that person that you're with because it's scary. And I was like, you know what? I'm so glad that he's talking about this because I think every relationship, no matter how perfect or amazing it seems, it has its challenges. It's important for people that are dating also to realize that because I think something that happens, you're never going to find somebody that checks 100% of all of your boxes. And I think figuring out what's really important, like your non-negotiables, and then kind of proceeding from there, because I think everybody kind of always just does BBD when they're dating. They're always just bigger, better dealing it when every relationship has challenges. And I'm just happy that Justin Bieber is opening up about the fact that the first year for them wasn't easy breezy beautiful like it seemed.
Cover girl. Easy breezy. I was just thinking of not the Cover Girl commercial.
Yeah.
So let's go into this for a second. Now, we were talking about face tuning, these apps that people can change their looks, right?
Right.
And also, pictures where you're at the beach and all this fun stuff, which is what you're saying, like everything looks so peachy. And the guy, he's grown so much. I'm talking about Justin. We met him when he was 15, and he's just grown so much.
Yeah.
And to hear his music, you can hear that vulnerability. But look, I don't know. I mean, the first year is tough. I think the next year is going to be tough too. I'm not talking about Justin. I'm just thinking of myself. Like, what makes it get easier?
Right.
What makes it get easier, Sissany?
You just keep adjusting. You keep rolling the dice and kind of just going with the flow because it changes so much. Like the first few years are tough because you're trying to compromise all the time with this new person. No, not new person, but like just new aspect to your relationship. And then you involve getting pregnant and kids, and that adds a whole other level of stress. Finances, that's a whole other level of stress. And so you just have to just always communicate, I think, deep down.
Peaks and valleys.
Boy, it is communication, but it is hearing the other person, and then calmly, in a perfect world, trying to find a solution or a compromise, right? But sometimes those are like the easy key terms, but sometimes to execute those things are so tough.
Yeah.
But
It is so tough.
if you just hear, and if you be heard and are heard, that's step one, and not let it escalate, step two, and then compromise with the solutions-oriented notion, it can usually work it all out, but it's so hard to do it.
Because your knee-jerk reaction when somebody says something about how they're feeling is to kind of combat it with like, no, I wasn't doing that, or I didn't mean to do that.
You take it personally.
Yeah.
Take it totally personally.
Yeah.
Gosh. Well, Sisney, hopefully you'll write a book about this. Tanya and I will buy it.
Right. 8 years in January. We'll see.
It's going to be called 8 Years in January?
No,
Because Tuesdays with Maury is taken, so 8 years in January sounds good.